2007, you guys make history with the Warriors. You beat the Mavericks. We believe a team that is still etched in history today. I want to start in 2008 because I've heard you tell this story, but it's unbelievable. You negotiating your contract with Don Nelson before the 2008 season. You go on after that contract is signed to have one of the best years of your career. You're with the likes of Dwayne Wade, LeBron James for stats. But how did you negotiate your contract? And I believe you did it just by yourself. There wasn't. Was there an agent? How'd that story go?
Yeah, I didn't have an agent at the time. They had basically was trading everybody from the team, so I knew I had a little leverage with them wanting to keep me. You know, I was the last one probably standing. Me and Monte. And Monte was younger, so he was on a longer deal at the time, and I had 2 years left on my deal that I had signed from Indiana. I knew I was in a great position because I was the only veteran on the team, really. I knew I had a great relationship with Don Nelson, so I went to the president, the general manager of the team, which was Bobby Rouse at the time, and a lady that worked for, she was a player personnel. She was right under the general manager. Her name was Nita Berry. Her and my mom were good friends. They hung out after games, before games. So she took a liking to me, and any question I had, she really helped me out with anything I needed with the organization. Even helped me a lot with my foundation when I was doing give back to my hometown. She helped me with sponsors and other people to help do things like that. So I was averaging, I think 20 at the time, and there's a lot of guys that weren't averaging the points that I was averaging, and it wasn't just coming out of the playoffs. They were making more money than me, and I decided to go to Bobby with the stats of those players and my stats, and show him also what they was making, and told him I wanted 3 years, $30 million added to my contract already, or I'm a walk. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ask for a trade. Well, he gave me the deal, but they didn't tell me that before they gave me the deal. They didn't tell me that they was going younger the next season, going to next, and they didn't tell me it was going to be going younger, and they was going to be trading more guys away. So coming into that regular season, you know, I got my money, but Bobby didn't keep his word on building this team back to where it was before you got rid of Al, Barron, and all those guys. You didn't make not one move to show that. You drafted Steph Curry, which was great, but I didn't know Steph was going to be the Steph he is today.
Facts.
So I went, I told him I wanted to be traded, but I didn't go tell him that I wanted to be traded like an asshole, right? I had a great relationship with Don Nelson, and I basically told him, you know what I'm saying, Coach, I hope this year works because, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of young guys. This team is going young. And, you know, Don Nelson's a straight shooter. Yeah, we going young, Jack. We going young. He a straight shooter. So I sat on it for a couple of days until I had to go to camp. And once the media came out of camp, you know, I basically told him, like, I'm a professional. I'm going to do my job always. I'm going to respect my teammates, respect my organization, respect my coaches, give 110%. But I came in this game a winner, and I want to leave a winner. It's too late in my career to just sit around and be cool with losing, right? I would never do that. So, you know, Don Nelson gave me a great opportunity to go be a part of something great. And in Charlotte, I ended up having my best years in Charlotte.
What was the thought? What was the thought behind negotiating your own contract? Was it the influence from the lady in the organization? Was it just, you know what I mean, just wanting to be, you know, representing? Was it just a shot in the dark? You know what I mean? What was the impetus behind you going out and renegotiating your deal?
Impetus. I like that word.
Write that down.
Yeah, for me, I had Dan Fagan early in my career, and I only hired Dan, and I think a lot of people only hired Dan when it was time to get money.
Facts.
He wasn't good at endorsements. Rest in peace, Dan. I rest in peace to him too. I miss him. He was a great guy, but he wasn't the endorsement guy. He's the guy that's gonna go into that team and get you your big contract when it's time.
And he come in
You have a good year.
your contract
Dan,
here. Yep. He come around.
and
He
get
see
you
Dan
paid.
Fagan. Yep. Facts.
He did it for millions of people. So I kind of learned the game from Dan. You know, I kind of always stood on my own and marched to the beat of my own drum. So, you know, I knew what I was worth. I felt at that point what I was doing with that team, what I had done in my career. I didn't need nobody to speak for me. Can't nobody tell me what I'm worth more than what, you know what I'm saying, better than I know. So I was just confident, and J Mac, it was a little bit of everything. It was a little Port Arthur in me. It was a little me being confident. It was a chip on my shoulder. You know, it was just a little bit of everything. But at the end of the day, it was me believing in myself that I can get it done because I seen the stats of everybody else, and I've been up there with everybody else my whole career. It's just that cloud that's been over me my whole career. People are trying to keep that cloud over me, and instead of having somebody speak for me, I took the chance on myself, and it worked.
It usually doesn't happen that way too, because what you had 2 years left on your deal at that time when you signed the
Nobody gets a 3-year
nobody.
extension with 2 years left on their deal.